Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to ZachReacts. This time I have somebody with me.
Hi!
This is my friend, Aggie.
What's up?
And we are gonna watch the death battle from ScrewAttack, Sora versus Pit, Kingdom Hearts versus Kid Icarus. And honestly, I always wanted to see both of them in a death battle, but I never thought of putting them against each other, because what's the connection between these two?
I don't know, they both look like pretty boys.
I mean, they're both kids.
Yes?
Kids that for some reason get like randomly unimaginable power for some odd ass reason. But
I don't know. I just thought that they looked like spunky teen heartthrob K-pop type.
I mean, that's accurate. But anyway, so let's go ahead and do this. Play.
This episode of Death Battle is brought to you by War Robots, the tactical 6v6 multiplayer game for iOS, Android, and Fire OS.
The game's like if Wiz's love for science and my love for weapons had a baby, wrapped in rich 3D graphics. My favorite bot is Griffin.
Pick up the game and see if you can take us down.
Install War Robots now and get a huge starter pack of the Leo Robot, 1 Kane weapon, 3 Molot weapons, 100 gold, and 400,000 silver.
Yeah. Anyway.
Old thing was better.
If the fate of the universe is at stake, the last person you should trust to save it is a naive teenager with magical weapons they don't understand. But everybody does it anyway.
Like Sora, the Keyblade wielding savior of Kingdom Hearts.
And Pit, the angel warrior from Kid Icarus.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Once upon a time, there was a small child full of promise named Sora.
And he lived on the one and only Destiny Island. Sora and his friends Riku and Kairi grew up honing their athletic skills by playing sports with Final Fantasy characters who don't judge Sora's fashion choices. Wait a minute, what the hell are Final Fantasy characters doing there?
A hint of things to come. For the longest time, the residents of Destiny Island lived a peaceful life, but it wasn't long until a soulless embodiment of evil would invade the island. This was the Heartless.
But the arrival of these creepy crawlers wasn't the only surprise. Alongside the darkness came light in the form of a Keyblade, which is the key to fixing everything. Super subtle.
This Keyblade in particular was known as the Kingdom Key, and was drawn to Sora thanks to his pure heart. With the Kingdom Key, Sora had the means to combat the Heartless.
By unlocking doors?
Well, yes, the Keyblade can get past almost any lock out there, but despite not having a long, sharp edge, it's a surprisingly deadly sword.
It's a key, it's a sword, and it's also a wand. Sora can use it to cast all sorts of magic spells like a wizard. He can even shoot a laser beam all the way to the moon.
Unfortunately, despite his newfound weapon, the Heartless were overwhelming. The darkness washed over Destiny Island, and just like that, it was gone.
I wish they just told
But
us that.
thanks to cosmic reasons, Sora wound up face to face with Goofy and Donald Duck. Yep, he ended up in the most magical place on Earth, Disney.
If you're confused, don't worry. You are not hallucinating. Somehow, in some way, this impossibility exists. Turns out, while Goofy and Donald have been lovable cartoons for decades, they're also world-hopping warriors.
Oh my god,
What?
this is the best thing ever!
From then on, Sora teamed up with his new friends to lock the doors to the Hearts of Worlds, saving them from the Heartless grip.
And he wasn't even old enough to get a driver's license.
While Sora may not have been strong enough to save
never
Destiny
played
Island,
Kingdom Hearts.
he quickly learned an enormous amount of talents perfect for beating back the darkness.
Including some genuine ass-kicking magic, like shooting fireballs, freezing baddies with blizzards, smiting with lightning, and more!
He can reflect projectiles, manipulate time, magnetize objects, and even alter gravity.
He's got a bunch of other magic attacks, but my favorite is Ragnarok, which fires a bunch of homing energy beams. And I guess he's got some magic abilities that don't involve beating monsters up, which I think is pretty lame, but Wiz insists we talk about it.
Thanks to the Kingdom Key sword, he can use spells which remove negative effects, including curing his own wounds. He can also glide like Peter Pan and teleport like Figment.
I still don't know if we should call it a sword, but Sora can make it even better with keychains. They can even transform the whole Keyblade into more powerful versions with way more badass names, like Oathkeeper.
Okay,
With all these abilities,
cool. I
Sora
like that you
battled the
changed
Heartless and took the fight to the man who discovered them, Xehanort. He even defeated Xehanort's Heartless and his nobody.
Oh, that's kinda harsh, Wiz. Why you calling him a nobody? He's definitely somebody.
No, see, a nobody is a somebody without a heart, but a Heartless isn't a somebody or a nobody, though they may have been a somebody filled with anger, like Scar from The Lion King.
Well, I'm a somebody that's really confused.
No.
But to save all worlds, Sora found he had to be insanely strong, fast, and tough.
He's speedy enough to run up a building and quick enough to dodge magic lightning.
Not just magic lightning, real legitimate lightning from the sky, a feat which could only take mere milliseconds.
Sora put all that speed to good use once by perfectly blocking hundreds of lasers from damn near every angle in just a few seconds. So it's safe to say he's no slouch.
As for his strength, not only has he cut through giant building-like structures with ease, he's launched them as projectiles.
Dude,
Though
no,
gravity
he's still
is in
making
flux
the
here,
hand
a
motion.
building this size normally weighs around 100,000 pounds.
He's held back two of Cerberus's heads and went toe-to-toe with Hercules. You know, the demigod who threw a giant rock monster into space?
Although this Titan's shape is too inconsistent to scale, by treating him as a series of cones made of granite, we can estimate his weight as over 1,600 tons.
That's like throwing 200 T-Rexes into the sky. So yeah, Herc is really strong, and Sora can take a hit from him, no problem.
Honestly, Sora's ability to take a hit might be one of his strongest characteristics. He's survived the jaws of Cerberus, ancient Chinese dragons, being shot by a musket, and, hell, the fires of Hades.
But he isn't without his downfalls. While he's strong in his own right, he relies a lot on his friends. Like, all the goddamn time.
He can't even enter his fancy drive forms, which boost his power and give him an extra Keyblade, without help from Goofy and Donald. So in a broad scope, he's fairly limited on his own.
No big deal, though. Luckily for Sora, most locks only need one key.
I'm not sure if that was profound, or just stupid.
You're stupid.
The heart may be weak,
but I don't know what it was.
and sometimes it may even give in. But I've learned that deep down there's a light that never goes out.
He does not sound 15.
Yeah, either sounds much younger.
Let us return
12
to the
at
distant
most.
past, to an age long ago, when gods and man lived together in harmony.
How long ago was this?
Is that Hercules?
25 years ago.
What?
Anyway, the kingdom of Angel Land was ruled by two goddesses. Palutena,
Wow,
the
this
goddess of
animation's
light,
good. Is
and
this from the
Medusa,
game, or
the
do
goddess
they have
of
a
darkness.
TV show?
Oh, pretty much
They have,
treated
like-
everyone like
I
crap by
think too
turning
many
people into
cutscenes,
statues
but-
and destroying their crops.
My cabbages!
But hey, what'd you expect
They
from
had
a
so
being
many
who
better
holds the
Minecraft
title Goddess of
clips
Darkness?
to put there,
She's just
though.
doing her job.
Angered by these misdeeds, Palutena transformed Medusa into an ugly, one-eyed, parcel-tongued monster and banished her to the dark underworld.
Talk about throwing shade.
Damn, it's harsh.
Long story short, Medusa
Straight
waged war
up,
with
no,
Palutena,
right.
who summoned the greatest hero Angel Land has ever known. It.
My arrows will stop that Apricus Maximus.
No, definitely not that one. This one.
What is that?
Hang on. Greatest hero ever? More like his mom needs to drop him off at elementary school.
Don't let looks fool you. Pit may seem young,
What?
but he is the captain of the
He's
Icarus
over-
army,
he's
keepers of
25?
the peace, and personal guards to Lady Palutena herself.
Wait,
Why can't
you're
they just
telling
tell
me
us that? Why do
this
they have to
Cuban-looking
write it
kid
out?
is
Come
the
on.
captain of an army?
Is this the first
Well,
time
at
they've
least
done
he
that?
can fly with
No.
those wings.
I didn't know
Alright,
this.
that's pretty cool.
Actually, he can't.
What? Look, he's flying right there.
Well, Pit may have superhuman abilities, but he can't actually fly on his own. Thankfully, Palutena regularly grants him mystic wings, which do allow flight, though they can only exist
So,
for up to 5
he's
minutes.
more-
After that, they
he's more like your
burst
first
into
half thought.
flame, sending Pit careening to a horrible
Okay.
end.
Holy
Nice.
shit.
Doesn't have-
So the captain of an angel army
Flies
doesn't
signals to
have
the
his
sun,
own working
goes crashing
angel
down.
wings. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, it's a little strange, but
It's-
don't try to bring it up.
I mean, I get
He's a
it.
bit touchy on the subject.
Anyway, Pit managed to defeat Medusa, and everyone lived happily ever after. Just kidding, Medusa came back 25 years later, looking better than ever, by the way, and this time Hades came along to mess things up too.
As captain of the Icarus army, Pit has some extensive training under his belt. How else would all these soldiers save Palutena from a sudden invasion of vegetables?
Right. But what's a soldier without his weapons? Pitt's got a huge arsenal of weaponry.
He's well known for his archery skills and shows it off with his trusty weapon of choice, the Palutena bow.
This bow uses awesome laser arrows that can actually be guided by Pitt. And if his enemies get close, Pitt can split the bow into 2 short blades for quick, deadly slices. Now that's a practical weapon.
He is highly skilled with several classes of weapons. His arsenal has been imbued with the strength and power of the gods, making humans incapable of wielding them.
These range from orbitars, like floaty shoulder cannons that can also block attacks, to blades, cannons, claws, hammers, staves, clubs, and weaponized tattoos. I wish my tattoo was a weapon.
Wait, where does his tattoos?
Anyway, all these weapons were forged by Mentos, the god of forge.
Dintos.
Dintos, the fresh maker, and the guy who also crafted Pitt's ultimate weapons, the 3 sacred treasures.
Hidden away in 3 sealed caskets, the sacred treasures consist of Angel Land's mightiest weapons, which can only be used by the most heroic and worthy of heroes.
The mirror shield reflects projectiles. The wings of Pegasus give Pitt unrestricted flight and improved speed. And the arrow of light is the ultimate weapon of the gods that can murder basically anything.
The Arrow of Light is absolutely the deadliest weapon in Pitt's arsenal, and increases in power based on Pitt's own health and strength. And when all 3 treasures come together, Pitt is granted the legendary Silver Armor.
You tapping into my stash of booze, Wiz? That's not silver, it's gold.
Well, colors are different in heaven, I guess.
Weird. Pitt learned several
That's a
abilities
weird
throughout his
concept.
adventures, like healing, dropping mines, and making his arrows invisible. And all of his skills came in handy. Not only did he defeat Medusa, but he's taken on alien pirates, a space kraken, and the god of death, Thanatos.
At one point when Thanatos attacked a village, he launched a large boulder which Pitt obliterated so thoroughly it was completely pulverized in mid-air.
Wait a minute, how are those Trojan horse Star Wars walkie thingies not tipping over?
Focus, Boomstick. Pulverization is defined as reducing an object to dust, which
Damn
certainly
point.
applies here. To determine the force necessary to do so, we first need the size of that boulder. For that, we'll compare the boulder to those pillars.
Oh, here comes the math. Strap on your pocket protectors, nerds.
Thanatos, when standing near to Pitt, appears to be about 11 feet 6 inches tall. By comparing his height to the pillars, we've determined them to be 18 feet tall. By comparing that to the boulder, it's clear it has a diameter of 115 inches. To pulverize a stone this large, Pitt's strike must have outputted energy equal to nearly 1,600 pounds of TNT.
Damn, little angel kid can dish it out.
Pitt's also incredibly quick. He was able to maneuver, react, and fly from the top of these clouds to the lunar sanctum in less than 40 seconds. Despite looking like one, that's no moon. It's a space station, orbiting the Earth at a similar altitude to the International Space Station. The average distance from the ISS to the highest cloud layers is about 242 miles, meaning Pitt must have flown around 21,600 miles per hour.
That's Mach 28.
How many
Suck
other
it,
people
Starman.
use that trope?
Not only that, Pitt dodged a laser which covered this distance in a fraction of a second, most likely moving a little over 90 million miles per hour.
Oh my god, that not moon thing really is the Death Star.
With Pitt's superhuman durability, he's
Yep,
tanked
we're all
hits from
copying the Death
gods and
Star.
taken falls that would turn any normal man into,
An angel?
well, a dead man, yes. In his final duel with Hades, the god of the underworld, Pitt took a devastating blow that sent him plummeting at least 2,000 feet. Given Pitt's weight, the impact of that fall would be over 8 tons of force.
And he was fine! This Hades
was
guy
on
can
the
cut
second
through
laser.
giant diamond spires, so a hit from him could be as powerful as nearly 30 tons of TNT.
Of course, while Pitt may be formidable, he's not perfect. He
Yes,
has
that's
been
for
tricked
sure.
into losing fights multiple times, and often relies on assistance from his godly allies.
But this kick-ass angel isn't afraid to charge headfirst into a fight, even with his wings on fire.
In the name of the goddess Palutena, the defender of all that is good! Those who hide in the darkness will be made to face the light.
Moving so much.
Right,
He was doing
All right, the
absolutely too
combatants
much.
are set. Let's
like
end
the
this
genuine
debate
force.
once and for all.
But first, all this talk about slicing vegetables has got me craving some heavenly
Blue
food.
Apron.
That's right.
every time.
Can you blame me? That all looks delicious.
I know it does, of course. My stomach is starting to growl.
Oh, yeah. Jaden's cooking turkey legs when I get home.
Right now, you're probably shouting at your screen, where do I sign up? Well, Blue Apron is treating Death Battle viewers to $30 off your first order if you visit blueapron.com/battle. So check out this week's menu and get your $30 off at blueapron.com/battle. But right now, it's time for a Death Battle!
I don't know. I guess it depends on who can take the most damage. I'm kind of rooting for Pit, though, since I play him in Brawl.
Go get him, pal! What he
Goofy
said?
does not sound like
So,
Goofy at all.
whose rear am I kicking this time?
Again with the hands wrong.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
That sounds like basketball?
Take this! Fire!
Yes, yes, that does sound like him.
I've seen candles that are scarier than you.
Yeah!
Let's take this to the next level.
Yeah! Oh, that hurt me. That hurt me. Yeah, but Sora can take a lot of damage. It all just kind of depends that if it can take a lot of damage, then Sora bounces back. Or it could be totally wrong. It has more experience. Like Angel Guard after, but
At least 25 years more experience.
Whoa! You can teleport? Mind blown.
Let's see what you think of this!
Oh, shit!
yeah, you can't block. Huh?
Silver armor.
Time to end this!
Alright, so
You said it!
Goofy and Donald have to come into play at some point.
No outside cover, so it's between the two of them. Oh, shoot! Oh!
Huh.
Well,
Okay then.
Attaboy, Sora!
Attaboy, Sora!
Yeah, that's one way to fly too close to the Sora, son. Pit may have had the advantage in flight and experience, but he couldn't beat Sora's strength, toughness, and speed.
Pit may have dodged a laser moving 90 million miles per hour, but Sora's reaction speed was quick enough to dodge natural lightning. A lightning bolt's return stroke, which constitutes the bright flash, moves at around 220 million miles per hour, over twice as fast as Pit.
That, combined with his teleporting and time manipulation powers, meant Sora was just too quick for Pit to land very many big hits. Plus, when Sora shot that Keyblade beam to the moon, it took 1 second flat.
That's 1.28 times the speed of
Okay,
light,
yeah.
much faster than anything
Sora
Pit
was
reacted to
there.
before. Of course, Pit did have enough weapons to keep Sora busy, But Sora's impressive and wide-ranging magical arsenal provided multiple counters for pretty much anything Pit threw at him, including superior healing techniques.
Hey, remember that building Sora cut through? Slicing it up like Swiss cheese was impressive enough, but this building was completely made of stone from top to bottom, and Sora cut through 7 at once!
These buildings may have been composed of a modest stone like granite, which has a minimum shearing strength of 14 megapascals. In comparison to Sora's height, each building was about 23 feet tall. By measuring Sora's largest slash and the distance cut through all 7 buildings, we can determine Sora's striking energy to equal, at minimum, 78 tons of TNT.
That's way more than Pit's boulder pulverizing feat. No wonder this guy beat Herc.
Speaking of which, let's compare some of the strongest beings Sora and Pit have taken hits from. The amount of energy needed for Hercules to throw that rock titan into space had to have been around 24 megatons of TNT, whereas Hades strikes were equivalent to only 30 tons at best.
So Pit had never survived anything close to Sora's strongest attacks. Just by numbers alone, Sora's strength, speed, and durability just outclassed Pit. And the Keyblade by itself had a way more impressive track record than any of Pit's weapons. You might say it was the key to this fight. And when we pit them together, one of them was bound to be a Sora loser.
The winner is Sora.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Check out the exclusive commentary on this episode by clicking the box right over there.
And thanks to
Oh, wait.
Cloud Gaming for letting us use their sprites in this battle. You can check out their latest game and the music used in the battle in the links in the description.
It's getting freaky.
Leon versus Frank.
Resident Evil. What is that guy from?
I have no idea, dude. That does not look like it's for me.
Honestly, I figured Pit would take it. But,
I'm biased because I like him in Brawl and I actually know how to use his attacks.
yeah, because you spam it all the time.
Yeah, I still kick your ass though.
Spamming her every time.
Also C-Stick. Lots of C-Stick.
Anyway, so that's it for this. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye. Say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Say goodbye.